Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Tobias and today we're going to see 800 points of Minas Tirith fight 800 points of Mordor. Let's see how it goes. So first off, we've got the two armies. We've got two orc warbands, each containing a banner and a mortar troll. We've got some war catapults over here too, so that's a warband each. And over for the Minas Tirith force, we've got one knight warband over here led by Faramir and one by a generic captain over here. We've got two Avenger bolt throwers with the Swift reload upgrade, and we've got two warbands containing warriors and one banner each. The scenario is to the death, and basically we need to get the other force down to a quarter of its size, and then we get to see who scored the most victory points. I just take one turn at a time, and we tally up for each turn so you can see how it went. Let's see how it goes. So that was it for the first turn. We've had some movement, so the deployment was like, for the mortar force, two catapults in the back, and the two warbands moved up to close the gaps up here in between the trees. Over here we had a warband of knights. One catapult landed a lucky shot on the captain. He did survive, but almost every other knight was eliminated, and a lot of horses. I had one safety knight in the back, so if it was a slight deviation on the scatter chart, we could have picked this one, but the catapult got very lucky. They had to spend 1 point of might for the siege veteran, so no more might points to adjust anything for the second catapult. Also, the first catapult was very lucky over here. The other warband of knights with Faramir as the leader. Faramir was hit, so on the scatter chart it was a 5. So the siege veteran spent 1 point of might to make that a 6, a dead-on result. And again, his horse is gone. 2 knights still on the ground, knocked prone. One safety knight in the back was not enough because it was dead on. So almost all knights gone in the first round of shooting. The two other warbands, Minas Tirith warbands, are trying to defend the middle. And we have some Avenger bolt throwers who move this turn more into the middle because they have a range of 24 inches. So they need to get into the middle to fire some shots. And all the casualties for the first round of shooting we see over here. So a lot of knights down. So that was a shame for the Gondor force. Let's see the next turn. And now for the second turn. So over here the knights got up, or the rest of the knights got up. And they tried just to block off this between the cliff and the tree line. The Mordor warband tried to get around, so maybe next turn we see some fighting. In the middle, we had some movement. The warband stayed stationary over there, and the Mordor orc warband pushed forward. So maybe next turn some fighting. We had an Avenger bolt thrower who moved 6 inches towards the middle, and over here we had the same Avenger bolt thrower, or the other Avenger bolt thrower moved 6 inches towards the middle. The catapults tried to fire some lucky shots. One shot was again dead on, so this Avenger bolt thrower had some casualties. The siege veteran didn't have to, he spent his fate point so to stay alive. And over here we had the safety crew member who was over here, who got picked as because it was a slight deviation. Over here we had some the other knight warband. The captain got up and the other knight followed him. So maybe next turn we can start to pester this catapult over here so they can't shoot because they are devastating. So that was it for the second turn. Let's see the third turn. So for the third round, Mordor had priority once again. The one catapult firing into this siege engine over here, the Avenger bolt thrower. A slight deviation, so it was the safety crew member who died. And over here there was, for the first time, a miss from the other war catapults, so no hits on this one. The shooting from this one landed one hit on this orc warband, so one down here. And this Avenger ball thrower tried to, it could only hit this catapult and landed no wounds on it. So that was a rather uneventful shooting phase. Over here we had a lot of misses from the Mordor orcs, and Faramir over here. He spent 1 point of might to use heroic strike, and he got a 5, so a fight value of 10, and he got a 6 on the dual roll. So he won this fight and landed no wounds on the captain. He was easier to wound and landed no wounds on him. Over here, this one was pushed back this night. Over here we had the troll killing one, and the captain spending 1 point of might to kill another warrior of Minas Tirith. Maybe that might point would have been could have been spent more wisely another time, but one more down so we can thin out this this warband over here. That was it for the third turn. Let's see the fourth. So for the fourth round of this battle, the catapults missed, although Minas Tirith got prior to this turn. But when they had to fire, they missed the targets. Fortunately for this warband, because they were targeting this warband, and it could have been more bloodshed. And over here, this Avenger bolt thrower had one target over here, one orc who got killed. And over here we had another Avenger bolt thrower on the other one fire at and supporting orc with spear, and he killed him. For the fight phase, we had some casualties over here. So one warrior down, one knight over here. Faramir is out of might points because he had to spend one on heroic strike. And he won, but he didn't land any wounds on the troll because it's a hard one to crack that one. And over here in the middle, we had two Minas Tirith casualties in the middle. The orc captain won because of some poor dice rolling for the Minas Tirith captain, and but he didn't. He landed one wound on the Minas Tirith captain. So and over here with the catapults, the troll was engaged and one crew member was engaged. Both won on the Mordor side, and the Mordor troll landed one wound on the captain over here. So that was it for the fourth round of fighting and shooting, or for the fourth turn. Let's go into the fifth turn and see what happens. So for the fifth round, Minas Tirith had priority runs again. The catapults missed. We have had the safety over here, the safety member of this warband, and the catapult didn't manage to kill it. The Avenger ball thrower got one of the orcs over here. We had this lucky archer putting an arrow into one of these orcs. This Avenger ball thrower was rubbish this turn, hitting nothing, although these moved up to try and charge the next turn. In the fight phase, our dear Captain Faramir got killed by the joint effort of the Mordor troll and the Mordor captain, or Mordor orc captain. They got 3 wounds on him, and he had only 1 fate point left, which wouldn't have been enough to save him. 1 lucky warrior of Minas Tirith left here, so maybe next turn this warband can charge this Avenger bolt thrower. These moved closer to the orcs, but no fight here. In the middle, the Minas Tirith captain got killed. We had some lucky dice. In the dual roll, the Mordor orc captain only had a 5, bumped it up to a 6, and then got lucky on a 3. So the Mordor side won that battle and got 1 more wound on the captain, who got killed. The Mordor troll did nothing, and the 2 guys here, the Minas Tirith warriors, did kill 1 orc. Over here, this knight managed to kill 1 crew member of this catapult, and this captain won against the troll, but landed no wounds on him. So that was it for the 5th round of fighting. So for the 6th round, the war catapults tried to fire into this warband, maybe hitting their own, but we had this safety warrior archer who took the shot, and he wasn't killed. Over here, and no Minas Tirith shooting phase because both bolt throwers were in combat or fighting, and this one couldn't do anything about anything. So in the fight phase, we had this Mordor troll and captain take out the 2 crew members over here, and the bannerbearer, he stayed in contact with the bolt thrower for an entire fight phase, so it's out of action. Over here, the Minas Tirith warrior won, so nothing happened over here. And here we took out 1 Minas Tirith warrior and 1 orc. In the middle, some more carnage. The troll managed to kill 1, and so did the orc captain over here. So only 3 Minas Tirith warriors left in here. And over here we had some fights also. This crew member managed to take out 1 orc. So maybe actually Minas Tirith could retake this area, but let's see. 2 more casualties for the Minas Tirith army, and they have to take some courage tests because their force is broken. So that was it for the 6th round of shooting and fighting. So let's see the 7th round. So for the 7th round, Minas Tirith couldn't shoot anything. The 2 Mordor war catapults fired once again into these warbands over here, and they had a slight deviation, so they chose this archer again, and he survived once again. So we had some fights over here. We had a trapped warrior, so some orcs eliminated, and the orcs won this one, but they couldn't damage or wound the captain. Over here, the last Minas Tirith warrior died. The captain moved up a little bit, so he can charge in the back next turn, maybe. In the middle, more dead Minas Tirith warriors. Actually, this warrior over here, he managed to win the duel against the orc captain because he had no might left. The captain, so but he couldn't land a wound on the captain. Over here, a bit devastating for the orcs because 2 were killed. And yeah, over here too, we had the 2 knights, the captain and a knight who fought this troll. They died too. So this turn, the Minas Tirith force is broken, so we have to take some courage tests for the 8th round. So that was the 7th round. Let's go into the 8th. So for the 8th round of shooting and fighting, we had the 2 war catapults fire at this crew over here. So the Minas Tirith crew went back to the spot. This 1 warrior ended up tying down the orc who still was there, and the troll moved over here. This guy got hit by the catapults, and the orc got killed. He was knocked prone, and the troll, unfortunately for Mordor, was hit by 6 shots from this Avenger bolt thrower, and they landed 2 wounds on him. So he's down to 1. Over here, they managed to, in the fighting phase, kill the last bannerbearer. Over here, we had some orcs killed, and a win for this orc, but only pushed these back. And over here, they did poorly. The orc captain didn't manage to kill this prone archer down there. So let's see for the next, the 9th round, if they're going to remedy any of this. So let's see how it goes in the 9th round. So game ended here in the 9th round. These war catapults once again did the job. So over here they fired some shots into this last bolt thrower, and they killed all the crew and the troll who managed to get into contact with one of them. missed all of these orcs over here, so the orcs are just one orc shy of being broken. Over here we had some, it doesn't matter, the game ended, so the Minas Tirith force was down to a quarter of its size, actually 9 models left, because it was a big chunk over here being taken out. So the war catapults really did a nice job here. So for the victory conditions, you can see that the Mordor force had 3 points for killing the enemy leader, that was Faramir, dead. And then we have the second point, that is the enemy force being broken. And they are still unbroken. And they get 1 point for having a bannerbearer. And they scored 2 points because they reduced the Minas Tirith force to a quarter. So whooping 11 points to the Mordor force and only 1 to the Minas Tirith force for having 1 banner left on the board. So let's just see the casualties for the rounds. So we had down here a lot of archers, knights killed in the first round. Some horses, some knights, but they're one model, so I did less than this, but still almost 2 warbands taken out effectively. Then we had some nice shooting here for the second round, and then the white die is for the shooting phase and the orange is for the fighting phase. So you can see we had some heavy casualties on the Minas Tirith force. And then the orcs began to join the ranks of the fallen. We have Faramir in here and 1 captain in the 5th round. That was unfortunate for the Minas Tirith force. Then we had poor shooting in the 6th round. A lot of casualties for Minas Tirith. And then over here we have the 7th round. Again, a lot of Minas Tirith casualties, but also orcs. And then in the last round we have a banner. In the 8th round we had some shooting and some fighting, and in the last we had this entire Avenger bolt throw crew taken out, and the troll's last wound was also taken, so he was dead because of the area effect. So a very interesting game, but really these war catapults over here do the job nicely. They almost took out the efficiency of the 2 knights warbands in the beginning, so that really did help them win the game. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.